Captain Vex of the Galactic Exploration Fleet had one rule for his crew that superseded all others: never make physical contact with humans. His subordinates had initially found the directive peculiar. The bipedal creatures from the backwater planet called Earth seemed fragile compared to most spacefaring species. They lacked natural armor, possessed no claws or significant teeth, and their skin tore with embarrassing ease. Yet the captain's rule remained absolute. "Trust me," Vex would say, his four eyes narrowing seriously. "There are reasons this rule exists." Lieutenant Morrow learned why the hard way. The diplomatic mission to Earth's primary spaceport had been proceeding smoothly. The humans were surprisingly accommodating, given their relatively recent introduction to the galactic community. Their ambassador, a male called Tom, had been explaining their complex social customs when it happened. Morrow, distracted by the constant movement of nearby machinery, stumbled. Instinctively, Tom reached out to steady him, placing 5 digits directly on Morrow's forearm. The pain was immediate and shocking. Morrow collapsed to the ground, convulsing. The human jumped back, confused and apologetic, while the rest of the alien delegation rushed to their fallen comrade. "What happened?" Tom asked, genuinely concerned. "I barely touched him." Captain Vex sighed deeply as his medical officer administered emergency care. "This is precisely why we have the rule." Back aboard their ship, Morrow recovered in the medical bay, while Captain Vex explained to his bewildered crew. "Humans," he began, "are apex predators unlike any the galaxy has seen before. They evolved on a death world with environmental extremes that should have killed them thousands of times over. Instead, they adapted. Most notably, their nervous systems developed something extraordinary: bioelectrical defenses." He brought up a holographic display of human anatomy. "Their neural pathways carry electrical impulses many times stronger than ours. What feels like a gentle touch to them is, to most other species, equivalent to being struck by lightning. Their bodies constantly generate and contain electrical energy that would overload most of our systems on contact." Science Officer Trill raised a tentacle. "But humans use our technology without issue." "Because we've adapted it for them," Vex replied. "Early contact with humans destroyed countless devices before we realized what was happening. We thought they were deliberately damaging equipment. The truth was far more interesting. They were unintentionally overloading them with their bioelectrical fields." "Is that why they were isolated for so long?" asked Navigator Dex. "Partly," Vex confirmed. "The Galactic Council was concerned about what would happen if humans boarded other species' vessels or visited their worlds. The potential for accidental harm was too great." News of the incident spread quickly through the galactic community. Some species demanded humans be quarantined again, while others proposed mandatory insulation suits for all Earth inhabitants traveling off-world. The situation grew tense until Admiral Pike of Earth's Space Force called for an emergency session of the Galactic Council. "We understand your concerns," Pike addressed the assembled representatives, "but there are facts you should know before making decisions about our place in the galactic community." Pike played footage from Earth's early space exploration days. It showed human astronauts working on space stations, deliberately touching metal components carrying currents that would kill most other species instantly. "Humans don't just tolerate electricity, we've harnessed it. Our bodies have adapted to work with it, control it." What happened to Lieutenant Morrow was regrettable, but not because we're dangerous, because we're different. The council chambers fell silent. "Furthermore," Pike continued, "this difference has practical applications beneficial to all." He gestured, and several humans entered carrying specialized equipment. "We've developed technologies that utilize our natural bioelectrical fields, medical devices that can restart hearts, defense systems that can neutralize threats without permanent damage, energy converters that can power emergency systems during critical failures." A demonstration followed. A human engineer named Jack approached a dead system and placed his hands on specific panels. The system hummed to life, powered solely by the electrical energy his body generated naturally. "What you see as a danger, we see as a gift," Pike concluded. "One we're willing to share with proper precautions." The Galactic Council debated for 3 full cycles. Representatives from the Arthil Confederation argued that humans should be restricted to their own solar system. The Nuvian delegation countered with evidence of human adaptability, suggesting they could be valuable allies if properly integrated. Their electrical nature isn't just a defensive mechanism, the Nuvian ambassador observed. It's a tool they've learned to control with remarkable precision. Finally, Dr. Loom, the foremost xenobiologist in the quadrant, presented her findings. Human bioelectricity appears to be an adaptation to their planet's unusually strong electromagnetic field, she explained. Their nervous systems developed to channel this energy rather than be damaged by it. What's most fascinating is how they unconsciously regulate this flow. They can amplify it when threatened or minimize it during delicate interactions. The Council reached a decision at last. Humans would not be quarantined, but new protocols would be established. Special contact barriers would be developed for diplomatic and trade interactions. Training programs would be implemented for all species to understand the unique physiology of their newest galactic neighbors. Captain Vex's ship was among the first to implement these new protocols. Lieutenant Morrow, fully recovered, even volunteered to lead the training sessions. Remember, he told the crew, humans aren't dangerous by choice. They evolve on a planet that constantly challenged them, and their bodies found remarkable solutions. The crew listened attentively as Morrow demonstrated the new safety gear. Thin gloves made from an insulating material that blocked bioelectrical transfer while still allowing for tactile sensation. These will prevent accidents, he explained, while still enabling necessary physical interaction. 6 months later, a catastrophic power failure hit the central galactic hub during a major diplomatic summit. Life support systems failed across 12 levels, trapping delegates from 27 species in rapidly deteriorating conditions. Standard emergency protocols failed as primary and backup systems went dark. The situation seemed hopeless until the human delegation stepped forward. Working in teams of 3, human engineers manually restored critical life support systems using their bioelectrical abilities. They worked methodically through junction points, carefully channeling their natural energy into failing systems, providing enough power to sustain basic functions until full repairs could be completed. For 16 hours, they worked without rest, their unique physiology allowing them to save thousands of lives while other species would have been electrocuted instantly by the exposed systems. The headline across every information network the next day read the same: Humans, the shocking allies we never knew we need. Captain Vex kept the article. His rule remained: never touch humans directly without proper protection. But now it was less about fear and more about respect. After all, any species that could turn their evolutionary oddities into galaxy-saving advantages deserved nothing less.